Hello, everyone, and welcome to Immigration Talk Show. I'm Nipasa, your host, and this is my co host, Sam.
Hi,
So, welcome to each one of you. Thank you so much for joining us here on Daily Immigration Dose. And good news for all you folks that you can also be a part of this. And the number is up on the screen. Just dial in and you can speak with us. But I think before we go on with anything else, we have this very important disclaimer. And that is by watching our videos, you understand that the information shared, including user comments, is not professional advice. Use at your own risk. Our intention is never to offend, it's just a casual exchange of ideas. And with that, friends, thank you so much, each one of you, for joining us here. You can subscribe to our channel. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show. And please share this link and our channel with your friends and folks who could benefit most because we come up with the latest updates on US immigration. So thank you so much once again. And hi, Sam. I hope you're doing good today.
absolutely. Really excited for this session. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining us and being a part of this session. I hope you guys are watching us on different platforms. Don't forget that we are live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and also on X. And do follow us on different platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and on Instagram as well. And be a part of the session by dialing up this number. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Immigration Talk Show. And also talking about today's topic, I think Nipasa, it's very big issue. It's a very surprising thing and a very serious thing that why are some migrants facing $1 million fine? It's not few $100 fine or $1,000 fine. It's like $1 million fine. So it's really shocking, really surprising, and we should figure out like why it's happening. Why what migrants have done so much that they have to pay this much amount. So I think if viewers are going to stay with us, stay connected with us, they will definitely get to know a lot of new information regarding the topic. So friends, stay tuned and stay connected with us and watch this webinar till the end. And with that, Napasa, I think we should delve into our news update also. So I think let me go ahead and then you can follow up.
Sure, Sam. Sure.
Okay, so here's a news update from my end, friends, and that is about H-1B visa under fire after US travel ban on Indian agents. So there's a big move that the US has announced visa restrictions on Indian travel agents who are believed to be helping with illegal migration. Soon after this, Laura Loomer, a close ally of Donald Trump and a known critic of immigration, said the US should also ban H 1B visas, the program that allows US companies to hire skilled workers from abroad, including many from India. And this comes as the US revealed that only 120,141 H 1B applications were selected for 2026. And that is around the lowest number since 2021, likely due to increased fees. Many Trump supporters says that these programs go against the America First promise and are pushing to reduce or end them. Meanwhile, US consulates in India are also working to identify and penalize agencies involved in illegal immigration. So this is the news from my side. And Napasa, over to you.
Thank you so much, Sam, for that news update. And well, my news update is that, H-1B visa applications dropped by 25% for fiscal year 2026, and it's the lowest in 4 years. So if you look at it, USCIS has announced a major drop in H-1B visa applications. And yes, 25% is no joke. It's 25% down since last year's. And yes, only 120,141 registrations were selected this year. Despite the drop, demand still far exceeds the annual 85,000 visa cap. So, why the decline? The year's number reflects a shift to a beneficiary centric system where each applicant, could only be entered once, regardless of how many employers applied. And multiple registrations also dropped dramatically from 47,000 to just 7,828. So that's a huge difference if you can check that as well. And if you see also Varun Singh of XIPHIAS Immigration says that this isn't lower demand, it's a system correction to ensure fairness and prevent abuse. And there are other key factors like fee hike, of course, registration fees rose from just $10 to $215, and then tighter rules, of course, catch and revoke policies back, and tech layoffs. Over 260,000 jobs were lost since 2024, including major cuts at Meta, Google, and even Indian firms like Gupshup. So, yes, snapshots of registrations. If you look at fiscal year 2024, there were 780,884. Fiscal year 2025, 479,953, and fiscal year 2026, 358,737. So I think that was a quick update on the H-1B visa front. And friends out there, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show. So stay updated with us on everything immigration related, US immigration related, and share this with your friends as well. So I think with that, we should come back to our topic of discussion for today, Sam. And it's a very important one. I think, friends, I'm sure, like, why are some migrants facing $1 million fines? This is a huge question mark, because when we open news every morning when we wake up, I don't know if you all have the habit, but I think most of us have this habit of checking our phones in our beds, even though we are awake, right? Unless we have to jump onto something else. So that's when you see all these news updates. And lately, since yesterday or so, we have been seeing like a lot of fines, right, for migrants. And they are not like $1,000 or $100, but millions of dollars. And it's huge. So, how are they going to repay this? Why are they getting fined this much? I think it's the biggest question. So, Sam, would you like to tell us what is really happening?
Sure, I would love to. And I think, instead of sugarcoating, I'll just directly stick to the point and I'll say that there are some people, those who are facing big fines because of the choice that they had made a few years back. So if they were told years ago, to leave the country because they were not eligible to continue their stay in the US, or maybe due to any reason that they have to leave the US at that time, but they ignored them and stayed anyway. And now they are facing the consequences and have to pay a lot of money for not leaving when they were supposed to. It can go with the proverb that as you sow, so shall you reap. And that is what is happening right now. Also, there's a case study that I would like to go through it. There's a woman whose name is Wendy Ortiz, who is actually 32 years old and who works in a meat factory and makes just $13 per hour. She was shocked when she got a fine of $1.8 million for living illegally in the USA. Yes, you heard that right. A woman who was earning $13 per hour has got the mail of fine, to pay about $1.8 million. That's like huge. It's not even believable that how can she pay that much amount? But that's how it is. She came from El Salvador to protect herself and also her young autistic son, who is a US citizen right now. But also, let's understand the question is that how did it become such a big amount? Let's get the answer. So, there was a law from 1996 that allows the government to fine them $998 per day if they don't leave the country when the country after being told that yes, they have to deport. So if someone stayed illegally, for example, for 5 years, then that will be the total fine could be $998 into 5 years. That is around $1.8 million. And that's how this lady had got this much amount. During the Trump administration, we have been known that the law started being actively enforced. And so, if someone stayed for years after their order, the fine adds up quickly. And talking about migrants, and these migrants are parents of US citizen kids, also low income workers, and people who are seeking asylum. So we can understand that these categories of migrants are not having a very great financial background. They are in their struggling period and maybe they have to, struggle a lot just to have a normal life in the USA. But now they are being allowed and they have to pay this much amount. So it's really difficult for them. But also, Napasa, we would like to know more about the topic. And there's a question in my mind that what happens, if these migrants can't pay these fines? Because, of course, there may be some categories of the migrants who may not be able to, pay these much amount. So what
Right.
to do with them? Yeah, please go ahead.
The consequences of not being able to pay all these huge fines, they are deeply concerning, if I may say. And our President Trump's administration floated plans to even seize property from those who cannot pay their fines. And it's I don't know how fair or unfair would this be, because if you go on weighing it, I think, like you said, they are reaping what they sowed earlier. So while the logistics are still being worked out, especially from the role of customs and border protection, that is CBP, in enforcing these penalties, the threat alone is chilling. If you think about it, you're waking up one day and getting to know you have to pay such a huge fine, and if you can't pay, I mean, whatever you have is going to be taken away from you. So imagine going to the streets. It's like everything will be snatched away from you, and you'll be nowhere left but on the streets, right? So, yes, legal experts also are questioning how enforceable these fines really are, especially when the migrants are already in a very, they're living in a very subsistence wages or even seeking asylum, not very great conditions, if I may say. And let's be clear, these are not criminal fines, these are civil penalties. So the enforcement mechanisms may include collection through asset forfeiture or wage garnishment. But of course, many of the individuals find a live paycheck to paycheck. They all live paycheck to paycheck, and they do not own assets also. So making it a very symbolic correction, more than practical debt collection. So you can only imagine what's going to happen. And like you were saying, take Otis's case, with her salary, I don't think she can cover that much, that much fine. And she can barely cover her rent for now and even support her autistic US citizen son, let alone pay all these fines. What's going to happen? And these 6 or 7 figure range, they're huge. And her attorney, Rosina Stambo, called the situation also insane and noted that Ortiz is actively seeking humanitarian relief. So this is what is the situation right now. And if these migrants, they don't contest the fines within 30 days, 30 days is a very limited time to arrange all those 6, 7 figures amount of dollars, and they could be treated as legally enforceable debts. And while if you look at it, the previous administration, Biden's administration, rolled back these fines in 2021, the legal precedent, well, still exists, and a future administration could really reintroduce them. So this is happening, and I don't know if they will have a way out, but these are still developing. So as it develops, we will definitely like to let you know also on these stories, especially Otis's case. But now also, there are common misunderstandings and mistakes that we should clarify, right, Sam? And if you could tell us a little bit what's happening, and there's a miscommunication or something, how is it happening?
Well, talking about common misunderstandings, there are a lot. And it is all happening because of less awareness and because people are not that much updated with the news. So, of course, I will talk about each point regarding this topic. But, friends, before that, it is also very important learning for you guys to understand that being updated is really no joke. It's very important. And for that, please go ahead and subscribe to Immigration Talk Show right now. Okay, now let me go ahead with the topic. That is, what are the common misunderstandings? So, firstly, whenever we have interacted with so many viewers, so many people, they said that they never knew about the court date. Now, this is something really surprising because many immigrants say that they never received the notice for their immigration court hearing. Now, if they have never received any notice from the immigration court hearing, then there can be two reasons. Firstly, change of address and not updating on USCIS. That's right. Maybe they have changed their address and haven't updated on USCIS. Or maybe they got a mail, but that mail being lost or sent to a wrong place. And that's how they didn't get the day. And because of this, they didn't attend the hearing and were ordered deported in their absence, even without knowing. That's right. If nobody is going on the date of the court hearing, then it will automatically be ordered deported in their absence. And that is what maybe happened with these migrants. Next misunderstanding can be that they thought their case was still active. Now, let me make it clear. Some were applying for asylum or had asked for some form of humanitarian protection, and they believed that their case was still being processed. But sometimes a final deportation order had already been issued and they weren't just aware about it. So it shows that lack of awareness is really making them pay a lot of amount. Next, they assumed no news meant no problem. Now, this is something very normal with us as well, with our daily lives, that whenever we think that there's nothing coming from the other side, it means the things are okay, the things are accepted, right? But no, in terms of immigration, it doesn't happen that way. People sometimes assume that if I didn't get anything new in the mail, maybe everything is okay. But in immigration, silence doesn't always mean safety. That's right. Missing a single step or letter could change your entire status. And that is what's happening with so many migrants right now. So, what should migrants do right now? Let me go ahead with that. But before that, Nipasa, if you can let us know about, how they can protect themselves or how they can help themselves, that will be really great for us.
Yes, absolutely, Sam. And I think if you think about what should migrants do right now, and like you said, knowledge, I think it's very important to stay updated. Of course, subscribe to our channel for that. And also keep yourself updated, especially with your case. If you know where to check your status, what is the update, and just not wait. You never know. Maybe uh, there's a status change for you as well, and you're waiting for it to reach you, but it may not. So go check it out yourself. What is the update on it? And what migrants and their advocates do in response to this alarming trend? First, it's critical to act quickly. So anyone who receives a fine has just 30 days to contest it in writing. And that's
Mhm.
very short if you think about it, under oath and with evidence, by the way. So seeking legal assistance immediately is essential. It'll be your topmost priority. And immigration lawyers can help prepare responses and especially where it is applicable, file motions to reopen removal orders or even request prosecutorial discretion. So these are some of the things, I mean, your for utmost priority, I would say. And then, secondly, of course, community education is vital. Many immigrants really do not know their rights or the implications of receiving these notices. And like you were saying, they don't have any news, and not all the time, friends, no news is good news. So you should try to find it out, especially for yourself, okay? And hosting community workshops, distributing flyers in multiple languages, and patterning with legal aid organizations can make a tangible difference. But not everywhere can this be done. And who knows, you might have received the notice already and you just have 30 days or 1 day down already. So 29 days or 28 days. So check it out for yourself. And then, thirdly, public pressure and advocacy are powerful. So, if you look at President Trump's first term, the government backed off six-figure fines after public outcry and lawsuits, especially in cases where migrants sought sanctuary in churches. Community organizing, and media attention and legal challenges played a very crucial role, right? And this time around, let's see what can be done. But I think your utmost priority will be to go consult with an immigration authority, an immigration attorney. And finally, of course, migrants must keep track of their immigration documents, court dates, and notices. Very important. You have to follow up your own dates, your own documentation, your own notices, because nobody else can do that for you. And unless you're hiring someone to do that for you, it's different. But otherwise, nobody's going to do that for you. So please make it your duty and keep it important. Okay. And in many cases, simply not receiving a notice can have life changing consequences. Lawyers stress the importance of regularly updating your address with immigration authorities and consulting with a legal expert before making any major decisions, especially travel or even job changes. So it's very important that you're updating necessary authorities, to be updated, because otherwise it's going to come back to you. And it's really no time to hide, it's time to stand up, speak up, and seek legal pathways with proper guidance. So that's all I can say in short.
Absolutely. And I hope our friends will understand the importance of, being updated, that you have to always keep your address updated with USCIS. Follow
Yes.
up on your case regularly and, please go ahead and don't hesitate to get legal help. If you don't understand your immigration status, go ahead, talk to immigration attorney and they will definitely help you out. Okay, and with that, I can see Rajendra AJ is here. So, hi guys, and thank you so much for your comment. Let me take up Rajendra question firstly. So he's okay. He's talking about the case study that I have mentioned. Wendy Ortiz was surprised to find out that she was fined by U.S. immigration authorities for being in the country illegally. But it was the amount that truly shocked her, $1.8 million. That's right. And he is talking about little background of Ortiz, who was 32 years old, who earns $13 an hour in her job at a meat packing plant in Pennsylvania, has lived in the US for a decade after fleeing El Salvador to escape a violent ex-partner gang threats. She said in an interview and in an immigration paperwork, her salary barely covers rent and expenses from her autistic 6-year-old US citizen son. Absolutely, Rajendra, and thank you so much for going ahead with this case study in a very detailed form. Why don't you join us, by dialing up this number with the access code and let us know more about the topic that you have in your mind, and we would love to have more conversation on it. And with that, again, thank you so much, Rajendra, for your comment. And I think AJ is also here. So, yeah, Nipasa, please go ahead.
Wow, AJ makes it sound so important with all the caps lock, I think. So, in all caps, AJ is saying immigration displaces American citizens in every aspect of their lives, misappropriation of money and resources, defrauding and depriving taxpayers of money, resources, causing budget deficits. Well, it is happening, and from all the discussion we had today, I think Sam had rightly put it. These are all what they had sowed earlier, that they're reaping now. So I think that's all I can say. And yes, in every aspect of their lives, and every little step counts. So I really hope that all of you folks are safe out there. And if you have been ignorant up until now, please go find out what your situation is, what your case is right now. Go find out what are the updates that you really need to make, whether it's with your documentation or with the authorities, or who you need to inform. And for that, I think you should definitely go consult with a legal, or rather an immigration attorney, and be guided on the right path. And of course, subscribe to our channel. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show. We will keep you updated with the latest updates on US immigration and policies. So thank you so much. I think AJ for joining us. I hope you have subscribed to our channel already, by the way.
I hope so because AJ is our very frequent viewer and we most of the time we get comment from her. Okay, so with that, I think it's almost a wrap. And I would say that we have covered a lot of thing in this webinar. So thank you so much, friends, for being here. In case if you still have any question or any other thing to say, please go ahead and comment section is just there. Put them on this comment section. You can also email me on my email address that is sam@staffingly.com. And Nipasa is also here with her email address that is nipa@staffingly.com. And you can also get in touch with Nipa on her WhatsApp number that is 408-335-6444. So thank you so much for being here. Make sure to to keep yourself updated, stay aware about everything that is happening in the immigration policies. And this time, being silent, if you're thinking that in terms of immigration, silence is safety, then no, that's not going to happen. Thank you so much for being here. See you tomorrow. Till then, keep watching Immigration Talk Show.
Bye, everyone.